Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel of Working Moms. Today, we are going to discuss a very important topic that we all have to deal with, that is stress. Stress management. So, who in this world does not go through stress? Being a kid who goes to school, to a college person, professional moms, working moms, businessmen, billionaires, everybody in the world have to deal with stress in everyday life. So why don't we know what is stress? Stress is body's reaction to any change, any adjustment that is needed in our body, being it physical, mental, or emotional. It causes stress. So in other words, any challenge that needs body adjustments. For example, suppose a tiger is coming or chasing you, so stress will boost your energy, will increase your blood flow, will make all the blood reach your legs so that you can just run away, save yourself. So yes, it is well needed for us. It is there, embedded in us from thousands of years, since our ancestors used to live in jungle, used to go either for hunting, or might be the other way around, wild animals might be coming in for hunting. So the fight or the flight response was always there within us. So the stress is nothing new. It is very normal, and it was there with us since 1000 years. So it is stress is a buzzing word right now, and might be our generation is dealing with it because is having it because there is a consistent stress. There are two types of stress: good stress and bad stress. So, a little bit or moderate amount of stress in a day is helpful, is good for you. How? Because it will help increase your blood flow. It will keep you motivated, it will keep you excited. It helps. There are studies which shows that a little bit or moderate amount of stress improves your immune. It is good for your heart. A bit of stress can help you to be more efficient, to focus on your work. For example, if somebody is following you, you might just get alerted, and all your senses are active to know, to hear those footsteps. So a bit of stress is good because all your senses are active, alive, and they are well focused. So suppose you have some deadline and have to complete your project, that little bit of stress is good, as it will help you focus and help you complete your activity. But if your stress is consistent throughout the year, is there for you with months and years, what will happen? Your blood flow or your blood pressure will always be high. You know, it might cause irreversible damage to your health. You might get blood pressure problems. Your heart might stop generating cells, which might impact the arteries and might lead to heart diseases. It can have, your mood. You can have mood swings. You might be angry, irritated, or might have a lot of anxiety and might not feel good or be happy during the day. If you have consistent pressure or you have consistent stress, so too much of it is bad. And if we all need to deal with it, why don't we learn to manage it? To handle stress effectively, efficiently, so that all our things go well and we be happy. So, being a working mom, life has put me in very challenging and stressful situations. Managing the baby, office, yourself, your family members, your work, you know, meeting all the deadlines, the timelines, taking care of your baby's health, his needs. So it life becomes very stressful at times, and the stress is consistent, which is not good for health. So there are two types of stress: good stress and bad stress. A moderate amount of stress in a day keeps you motivated, keeps you challenged. It makes your day exciting, meaningful. But if you have stress the entire day, right from the morning till evening, it is not good for your health. So for me, stress used to last entire day, and that was becoming bit overwhelming for me. And I saw that it is impacting my health. So I took time, and I thought that I have to deal with it. If I have to stay with it, if I have chosen this life, I have to deal with it, and I have to be happy in my life. That is my goal, my motto. So what I did, I started observing, like, what causes stress, what are the stress triggers for me. Whenever you need to deliver more than you can actually do, it causes stress for me. For example, my baby is crying, there is a phone call, I have a meeting to attend. Like, currently I'm working for from home, for the pandemic outbreak, or I have to cook the food, or I have to do other chores. So when, and within a certain time period, it causes me stress. Within 2 3 hours I have to complete everything, and then it seems like it is impossible for me, and I'm getting a lot stress. So how do I deal with it? I take one thing at a time. Yes, one thing at a time. There are studies wherein athletes have a power to slow down the day, like, not the day. They can slow down the moments, like a ball is coming, so they see it in a very slow motion. So that is why they can locate. Suppose he somebody's playing badminton, so they can locate the cock and they can hit it properly. So similarly, with meditation, with mindfulness, you'll get that power to slow down things a bit. You are there in the normal pace, but your mind just can have that power in that moment. Live in that moment. Think what is important for me for next 5 minutes. If you have a situation, you can have any situation. Like, you have an exam if you are a student, and you might have 15 chapters that are left, and might be you have just 5 hours more, and you are too much under stress. In that moment, how will you do? One thing at a time. You have 15 chapters, you prioritize which one can you do. Can you complete all of them in 5 hours? If yes, then 5 hours divided by 15 chapters, allocate some time to each chapter. For example, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay, and you have to study it in that way. You can't go for perfectionism in that situation. Or the second option is, might be out of 15 chapters, you can study 5 to 6 chapters which are more important, which can help you score better. So it is your options, like, it is on you what you decide. So take one thing at a time. First, decide what you want to do. You want to read all the 15 chapters? Okay, then allocate some time for each chapter, and set an alarm. During that time, during that half an hour or 45 minutes, just concentrate on that chapter. Nothing else. Do not think anything else. Be positive and think, yes, I can achieve it. Similarly, for my situation, when I have a crying baby, I have to attend a phone call or a meeting, or need to cook my food, or have to answer to emails, or need to complete my project work. When I have it all together and I have to do it within a stipulated time period, I just pause for a moment. I prioritize them. What is most important right now? My crying baby. I have to distract him, or if he's hungry, I have to, give him food, or I have to feed him. Uh, then I have to attend a phone call, a meeting. Take it one by one in your head. So suppose your baby is okay, then you go for the phone call. Then you, if you already have a meeting, then, and if the phone call can be postponed, do that. And when you're doing that activity, just do it. Don't think or don't take tension about the other one. So my first step is, take one thing at a time. Okay, decide, prioritize, and do it at a time. Don't worry about the other thing. Like our mind is built in that way to do multitasking. When we are doing one task, it keeps reminding us or warning us about the other task. So, why are we using the most precious resource in the entire world, that is our mind, to have a checklist or to have a to-do list? Why don't we transfer that to some mobile app or on a paper? I generally prefer, during the working hours, I prefer to have a book and write down all the things I need to do, and I don't take keep that list in my head. I use my mind, my power, to do more intellectual tasks, to invest my mind in creative things where it is actually needed, not to maintain a to-do list and keep me reminding or giving me alarms that your time is over, switch on to the next one. So keep it on your mobile, your alarm clocks and paper. So with that, you will become way relaxed. Trust on me, it like 50% of your stress will just go away, because remembering that list, our body has our own clock, biological clock. So if we decide after 30 minutes I need to do that, automatically your body will start pinging you that 30 minutes are over, 30 minutes are over, do the next one, this is not yet done. Or after 15 minutes you might get a reminder. So transfer it to an app, and it will be much more helpful to you. My second tip: being positive and trust yourself, that I've always told you. My third tip is accept the situation. Okay, so sometimes you are, for example, this has not happened to me, but I'm trying to give you a generic example which people can correlate. Suppose there is a report or a project that you need to submit, and the submission date is suppose coming Monday, and today is Sunday, and you think that a lot of work is still remaining, and you will not be able to do it tonight. You will be too much stressed, right? And you will keep on thinking it like this is the last moment right now. So take a moment, step aside, and think what is going to happen. If you're not able to submit that project, what will happen? Might be, think about it, accept it. Okay, I'll not be able to submit this project, though I have submitted 99% of my projects on time. This is the only project that I will not be able to submit. Accept it. Okay, it is not possible because the amount of work that is left is more. What if you are not able to submit that project? What happens? Write it down. All the impacts. Like my boss will be angry on me, there will be some financial penalty, or what will happen to you? What at the max will happen to you? Okay, write it down. Suppose your boss will shout on you, or he will not be happy. Okay, so what can you do to mitigate all the problems? Might be you can say that my project task is completed 98%, but I have to do some exception handling. What if you ask your boss if I can deliver the project without handling the exceptions? Might be next 2 days I'll do that. So communicate. If you're not able to do it, accept it yourself. First, accept it. Once you accept that you can't do it, or uh, once you accept the situation, you will come up with solutions yourself. Once you come up with solutions, write it down, see which one works best, and communicate it to all the impacted people accordingly. Once you have communicated, might be you are not able to submit your project on time. Might be your boss knows that because he thought that you have overcommitted. So, yes, one more thing, do not overcommit. If you think that a task will require 5 days, at least take 6 days or 6.5 days, some buffer time, because there can be um, unknown issues or risks that can pop up, and you might have to take time to mitigate them. There might be issues, like somebody your task is dependent on somebody else's, and they are not able to complete it, which causes a delay for yours. So always add a buffer when you are estimating or whenever you are taking any task. And if you have overcommitted, you might frequently face such situations. And if you're overcommitted and you're working too hard, you might be in a state of consistent stress, which might be a permanent damage to your health. My third tip is, stop overthinking. Most of us, or many of us, have this habit of thinking about something. Might be your past or might be your future, like how this will happen, how will I do that, if something negative happens, then all things will get screwed up or ruined. Like, people just keep thinking about unnecessary things all the time. Like, your mind is engaged. So your mind is like a monkey. It will always keep on popping thoughts for you, and whatever amuses you, you can start thinking more about it. And it does cause stress. Even if you're at home doing nothing, getting bored, you might get stressed, like, what if we are not working, how will revenue get generated. You might also get stressed about the economy, like whole lot of things which you can't do anything about. So yes, stop overthinking. So, how can you do that? Indulge yourself in other activities, or make time for other activities like doing exercise, meditating. So, it helps you. You can take that pause and think and prioritize. You can live that moment if you are doing or if you're meditating. You can be more thoughtful and more mindful about things. Invest time in yourself, at least half an hour or 1 hour of the day. Even if you are damn busy and you have no time, try to get up a half an hour early, or during the evening times, or sometime in the day you have to take out some time. Because if you're not investing time or energy in your own self, if you're not filling petrol in your vehicle will go and stop somewhere. If you're not investing time in yourself, how long will you work? How much stress, or how will you deal with the situations, right? If your vehicle, uh, you need to maintain your vehicle, right? Quarterly or yearly, you have to do annual maintenance. You have to oil it and take care of it. If you don't maintain your vehicle, what will happen? It might break down, or it might stop working in next 3 to 5 years. Even if it's a new car, within 5 years it might look like it's 15 years old. Similarly, like, if it is a car, we are taking care of it. If it is our health, with this body, with this mind, we have to live for 60, 80 years. Why don't we take care of ourselves? Why can't we maintain ourselves? So, meditating, exercising, having good food, thinking good thoughts, watching or talking good things, having friends are all fuel for our life. This is all what we can do for ourselves to maintain ourselves, and that is very important. You can't drive your car at the speed of 120 for entire day. What will happen to your car? The engines will heat up, right? And you know what happens next. Similarly, it's for your health. So you have to deal to manage stress. Take like take whatever you can eat on your plate. Similarly, plan in your life whatever you can do or deliver. Sometimes, in a day, at least 2 or 3 times, it is exciting to take challenges. But every moment, every time, you can't go through it. You have to be in your mind to to pick and choose what you want. Yeah, if you have many, kids, and you choose to have, or if you dream for a career or a business, then you might have to take it to achieve something. That is also a challenge for you, right? So your body, mind, and emotion prepares for it. So yes, you need to go deal with it, be happy. And if you like my content, my channel, my talk, do like, subscribe, and click the bell icon. Thank you. Meet you again.